I was your typical skeptical doctor. I never looked at any of these things for some very good reasons. Number one, I got a 2-week course in medical school on nutrition. Learned what the vitamins were, what the minerals were, and how to spot deficiencies. And I'm still looking for a patient with scurvy. Haven't found one. But then I'm out there, the expert, and patients are waving these products under my nose, and I would go, don't do that, for 2 very good reasons. Number one, I knew nothing about it, and I didn't have time to learn about it. And number 2, I was afraid if I told them to go ahead and do it without knowing about it, and they had a problem, they would sue me. So I would always say no. The only reason that I took a look at Isagenix products is one of my patients took a 9-day system against my medical advice and lost 16 pounds in 9 days. Now that sounds very good to all of you, and it sounds pretty good to me right now too, but at the time I thought for sure he was taking something dangerous. That's the only reason I took a look. So I'm looking for the thermogenics, I'm looking for the stimulants, the diuretics, the laxatives, and I couldn't even find caffeine. Now I'm really suspicious that Isagenix is hiding something illicit in the products. So I proceeded to do extensive due diligence, couldn't really find anything wrong, so I had to put it to the test. And how does a skeptical doctor put it to the test? He does a clinical trial on himself, of course. So I did that, and within 9 days after being stuck on my current diet, I forgot to add I've been obese, not obese, overweight, the majority of my adult life. And you name the diet I've been on, including the liquid ones. I've always lost weight, but I've always hit a sticking point. And I had a 3-month sticking point on a popular diet I was following. I was sure Isagenix was a fraud, so I was going to put the test on myself. And I did the 9-day system. Of course, I didn't get a president's pack. I just wanted to prove that it was not going to work. I did the 9-day system, and after being stuck on a previous diet, I lost 12 pounds in 9 days. Now, I also did some other things, including lab work, electrocardiograms, to prove that it was harmful to me. I repeated this at the end of 9 days, and I'm not at liberty to tell you what the results were. Let's just say it got my attention, and I thought it was a lab error, and I continued a 30-day system for the next 30 days, and repeated some lab work after that. And somehow, some way, I seemed to misplace my metabolic syndrome. I don't know where it went. I maybe left it in the sock drawer, but I misplaced it. Now, my experience with patients, I had 2 morbidly obese nurses, a husband and a wife. And they were watching the change in me, and they said, we want to do this, we want to do this. I said, look, I don't know if it's safe yet. I'm still testing it. At this point, 30 days have gone by. I lost 41 pounds, 4 pant sizes. I had energy through the roof. I'm sleeping like a baby, and for some reason, my wife's asking me why I'm in such a good mood. Now, the 2 nurses wanted to do this, so I include them in the clinical trial, husband and wife. At the end of 8 months, the husband loses 122 pounds, and his wife loses 85 pounds and 97 total inches. I'm still not convinced. Until one day, I was doing a clinical trial, and a patient of mine came in for a diabetic study, did not qualify because her blood sugar was too high. She was 140 pounds overweight. And I said, here I am about to hand you another Band-Aid when we should be discussing your primary problem, the fact that you're 140 pounds overweight. And she starts crying and tells me all the different diets she's been on. And I said, look, I have found something I am sure will help you, but I have a dilemma. because if I share this with you, I would be compensated by the company, and I feel that that is unethical. She looked me right in the eye, and she said, wait a minute. Every time I walk into this office, you are compensated, and look at me, I'm a mess. Now that you say you have something you know will help me, you have an ethical dilemma? So from that point on, I began sharing Isagenix with patients, other physicians. My family takes it. My adult children take it. I feel comfortable for my 2 grandchildren to take certain of these products. As a doctor, I can give you no better recommendation than that.